Hi everyone, this is Skull. Happy New Year! This is the first video of 2015 that I am putting on my channel, so I figured it would be appropriate to put up a video of a Pokemon trading card game match. Today we have a very fun match between Isaiah and Brandon. Now Isaiah on the left is actually somewhat of a celebrity in the Midwest, I guess. I wouldn't call him a celebrity per se, but he's fairly well known actually. He was featured on the Top Cuts channel. He's a Nebraska native, so he sometimes comes to League. He always attends the tournaments here, the ones that actually get you play points and championship points, etc. So I believe he is playing a Night March deck here. And on our right is Brandon, who isn't really that big in the community, but he did come first in the past two tournaments, so he's a pretty good player. I believe he is playing a Virizion deck, so it'll be fun to see what goes on here. Now in this matchup, I do think I favor Night March just because it gets set up incredibly quickly. It's able to one-shot everything if so long as you don't have like 5 or 6 Night Marchers prized, which unfortunately tends to happen a lot. And Night March sometimes runs Flareon with the Vengeance attack, so, well, Flareon is a fire type and Virizion is a grass type, and grass is weak to fire, so that means even less Pokemon you need in your discard pile in order to use Vengeance. Now, there have, in the past, been difficulties with getting Pokemon in the discard pile. The first thing you think about is, well, it'll need to be knocked out, and your opponents will take prizes. Not necessarily. There have been ways to discard cards from your hand or from your deck in the past, namely like Ultra Ball and Professor Juniper or stuff like that. But with Phantom Forces, we have a brand new card called Battle Compressor. It's simple enough. It's an item card. When you play it, you can discard up to 3 cards from your deck, and that's it. So with that, you can discard, well, 3 Night Marchers or 3 Pokemon if you're running a straight Flareon deck, and all of a sudden, your Night March is doing 60 damage extra just because of that one card. So it's really nice, and well, we'll see what happens in this match. I really don't know who to favor. Both of these players are very good. Isaiah got 3rd at a Wisconsin Regionals a few years ago, and he got top 64 at this past year's National Championships. He's really, really good. But Brandon is playing a Virizion deck, which is notorious for having a great comeback rate. So we'll just see what happens here. Looks like Brandon did not get a basic Pokemon. Looks like Isaiah did. I wasn't able to see what it was. But the rest of his hand, we'll see what happens. In this matchup, I say that Isaiah probably would normally want to go second because attacking as soon as possible is always imperative with Night March. But Virizion takes an extra turn to get powered up. Virizion decks. So, and we see another mulligan from Brandon's side. So maybe in this situation, Isaiah would want to go first, just to ensure that Brandon, in essence, wastes a turn from having to power stuff up, unless he plays something silly like Plasma Badge, Coal Rest Machine, and Grass Energy. Oh, we'll have to see. If that lone card on Isaiah's side is a Joltik, and he goes first and is unable to get any more Pokemon into play, then it's possible if Brandon has all that stuff, he wins. But in this matchup, I'd say Isaiah's pretty good, well off no matter what. We finally do see the Genesect EX and the Manectric Spirit Link. So Brandon plays a Manectric in this deck. He's going to bench that Genesect, put out his prizes. Manectric kind of is a pain because regular Manectric, I believe its first attack is called Overrun, which deals 20 damage to all the bench Pokemon as well. Oh, you know what? I think I was completely wrong. Isaiah is not playing a Night March deck here. He's playing a YvelToad Seismitoad deck. I am so sorry. The reason I thought he was playing Night March is he asked me before this match what deck he should play for the tournament, because, this was the first video I recorded of the tournament, and his 2 options were Night March and Seismitoad YvelToad, or YvelToad, as it's pretty well known as. So I said, well, I haven't had an YvelToad deck in my channel for a while, so why not put that on? Plus, I have a Night March deck of my own that I thought I would record a whole lot more videos for. So he's playing YvelToad Seismitoad. And, well, Seismitoad is weak to grass, so all of a sudden, I'm not sure who to favor. He did start with a Trubbish on top of all that. And even worse, Brandon got to go first. Really, my prediction about, well, not my prediction, but what I said earlier about Isaiah probably wanting to go second, I completely take that back. You really want to go first with YvelToad. Well, basically, almost any deck besides Night March. So, we're just going to see a Quaking Punch for 10 because of the resistance to water. Now it's Brandon's turn. He's going to play his Professor Juniper. No? I'm sorry, my video is just the tiniest bit laggy because my computer kind of sucks. He's trying to figure out what to do, I guess. I guess he passed because Isaiah just put down the Garbodor and end. So, yeah, I'm sorry. That probably happened several seconds ago and I'm just now seeing it because my computer is a little laggy. Luckily, it's still playing the video in real time. It's just I am getting, like, probably 48 out of 50 frames are dropped. So, yeah, just think about that. We're going to see the cut, and we'll see what these two players get off of their 6 cards. I don't know what Isaiah should really hope for here. He does have the item lock, which can be huge. Genesect cannot put down G-Booster as long as there's an item lock, but it doesn't need to. A Megalo Cannon will knock out that Seismitoad thanks to weakness. We see YvelToad and YvelToad EX go down, Quaking Punch for 10, and Genesect goes down on Brandon's side, and he's going to play his Skyla. He can only play supporters, so he might get a supporter for next turn. Or maybe he's just hoping to, sooner or later, knock out the Seismitoad. Even 2 Emerald Slashes at this point would be enough. Yeah, he just went with the N off of that Skyla. He's going to attach the Grass Energy to Virizion, and Emerald Slash here is going to do 100, and then he gets 2 Grass Energies probably onto one of the Genesects, because G-Booster is probably his key to winning here. Getting one-hit knockouts on the YvelToad EX, on the Seismitoad if another one comes out, on the Darkrai EX to prevent free retreat, although that's not as huge of a deal right now. Maybe he could, okay, we see the Skyla for the Floatstone, Garbotoxin's in effect. I was going to say he could red signal out the Garbodor as long as Garbotoxin's not there, but now Garbotoxin is there, so his red signal is no longer an option. If he were to play a Lysander, maybe. But now we're just going to see the Quaking Punch for another 10, and then the N from Brandon's side. Emerald Slash here will knock out that Seismitoad and get another 2 energies onto Brandon's side, so I think he's in a pretty good position. Isaiah is playing very well, but this is just not a very good matchup, especially when you have to attack with Seismitoad so many times to stall. If he can get the YvelToad EX set up, he probably has a good chance, but right now they're both just playing by their top deck. They don't really have a long-term plan. If I were Isaiah, my long-term plan would be to get another YvelToad EX out on the field and just start powering that one up too. Maybe hope for one-hit knockouts on those Genesects, but right now Brandon is just in the best of positions. He's going to Emerald Slash for knockout, get 2 prizes just like that. And then he's going to get 2 Grass Energies onto probably the other Genesect. Yep. And so Isaiah promoted the Garbodor because it has free retreat. Wants to see what all he gets before he promotes something. He is going to put out the Burbank City Gym and use Hypnotoxic Laser. That Verdant Wind ability is gone, and he just dropped down a Headringer. Oh man, Isaiah has gotten a ton of great stuff right now. Headringer, you attach it to one of your opponent's EX Pokemon, and that Pokemon's attacks now cost 1 colorless more. So in order for Brandon to use Megalo Cannon or G-Booster, he needs to have 4 energy on that Genesect, which is a lot. And he can't get rid of that tool unless he has Tool Retriever, because it's his own tool. So we do see the Colress and Verdant Wind is shut down because of Garbodor, so that Hypnotoxic Laser is dealing an extra 30 damage, the poison is. So we see Isaiah's energy go on to YvelToad EX. He could retreat into a YvelToad here and either Y Cyclone or Evil Ball. And it looks like he's going to retreat. And Evil Ball right here will be doing 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40. Plus the poison, that's a knockout. Yep. So right there, Isaiah took his first 2 prizes. So pretty even right now. Brandon's going to promote the Genesect without the head ringer on it. I'm sure Isaiah would have loved to get another head ringer and completely shut off Genesect. That would not only be a huge threat gone, but Brandon would be unable to attach a G-Booster, because you cannot attach tools to Pokemon with tools already on it unless it has an ability or something that says otherwise. We are going to see a Grass Energy go on Genesect and an Energy Switch and the G-Booster. And there we go. That was pretty quick. Brandon just took another 2 prizes. And even worse, there's only 1 energy on Isaiah's side. All Brandon needs to do here is maybe, well, he can't red signal. So actually, Isaiah would probably be best off just leaving this Garbodor active as a, well, he could promote the YvelToad and get more energy into play. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Or he could leave the Garbodor active as a sacrifice. But Garbodor has 100 HP. A Megalocannon will knock that out, and Brandon will be able to deal 20 somewhere else. It's probably actually best for him to retreat into a YvelToad right now, and Isaiah will VS Seeker for the N. He's not going to play it quite yet. Brandon, in his hand, he has the Genesect. He still has that Mega Manectric. So, right now, in this situation, a Manectric EX wouldn't be a deal breaker or anything, because, well, even though YvelToad is weak to lightning. Okay, we do see the switch into Darkrai. Are we going to see a retreat afterwards? Interesting. And then we'll see the N. So Isaiah gets 4 cards and Brandon gets 2. Even though YvelToad is weak to lightning, all Brandon needs to do is use G-Booster on an EX and he wins. So Manectric is an imperative for him to win right now. Isaiah, on the other hand, has he's fighting an uphill battle. In the last 3 turns, we have seen 6 prizes taken. 1 turn from Brandon, 1 turn from Isaiah, and the 2nd turn from Brandon. That's pretty much how the game works right now, just exchanging prizes, and it's a race to see who can get their prizes first. We do see the Hypnotoxic Laser, and it's a Tails, but that is an extra 30 damage that we'll be seeing. So right now, this Oblivion Wing does 30, and then 30 more from Poison. And remember, Verdant Wind is still shut down because Garbotoxin. And we're going to see an energy go on to the YvelToad EX on the bench. Now, we do see the energy switch in Brandon's hand. He's going to put that up onto the Genesect. And he's going to play a Colress. That's enormous. It's amazing that he got that off of his into 2. So now he's going to get 7 brand new cards. If there was a Lysander there, it wouldn't matter because he couldn't play it until next turn. Most Genesect decks don't run Lysander anyway. We see some stuff. We do see the Megaphone, which means his Verdant Wind is back. So, oh, and he has the Plasma Energy. He's going to be able to red signal out something and G-Booster for game. And that was a very fun, very quick game. So, Happy New Year, everyone. This is the first video of 2015, hopefully the first of many. Thanks, everyone, so much for watching my videos. It really means a lot. And congratulations to Isaiah and Brandon on a tremendous game. And I'm glad that I was able to catch it on camera. Anyway, that does it for this video. Thanks, everyone, for watching, and stay tuned for more.